Hello, and welcome back to my video series, Getting Smart About Artificial Intelligence. First off, I'd like to thank all of our viewers for your patience in waiting for this last video. This is the final video of this video series, and we wanted to make sure we got it just right, and that took some time. Now, since I started this series, I've heard from many viewers that are looking for tips on how to get started with AI, and want to hear about a strategy to incorporate AI into their operations. As it turns out, this is a really common question. According to a report from McKinsey & Company, lack of a clear AI strategy is the #1 barrier to AI adoption. So to close out this series, I thought we'd end by providing a framework for how to incorporate artificial intelligence into your operations. The first step of an AI incorporation strategy is aligning the business problem with an AI solution. For many, this first step can be the hardest, because it requires a broad knowledge of your business problem, as well as a broad knowledge of AI. One tip that can help with this is decomposing your business process and tracking the types of intelligence used by the humans in that process. We also learned in this series certain types of intelligence that machines can easily replicate. The key is identifying an area where machine intelligence can substitute for your human intelligence. Consider the example of a help desk escalation process. At 2 points in this process is a human called to make a decision about what to do with the ticket. Since it's decision making, we know this will likely fall into the machine learning branch of AI. And we've covered in this series a number of different machine learning techniques. So I can ask myself, what is the type of intelligence being used here? Am I trying to predict the future or find which is not like the other? No, not really. It seems like this is an application of the "what shelf does this go on" problem, or classification. I can use this to align my business problem, routing tickets, with an AI solution, classification. The next step is an important one to take early, and that is considering whether you have the right data. The AI solution to your business problem will require certain types of data in order to function. This means that the data must be, for one, captured, but also made available to wherever you are running your model. Many organizations might not even be capturing the data needed to support a thorough analysis. For example, if you're looking to model student engagement as a predictor of a student's success, or lack thereof, you might have data about discussion board posts and library book checkouts. But if you lack data about office hours visits or emails to TAs, you might not have enough data to have a good model. Those data points are important to your predictive model, but unless you can capture that data and route it appropriately, there might be a gap in your ability to analyze and predict an outcome effectively. Generally speaking, more data is better than less data, and the quality of that data matters as well. Time is well spent gathering good quality data without gaps or missing pieces, so that you can reduce the chance of an error later. Now that you have a problem that's matched with a type of AI that can address it, and the appropriate data, the next step is to consider the value proposition of the use case. Incorporating AI for the sake of AI doesn't yield good results. Some common value propositions for AI incorporation include improving decision speed, improving decision quality, and repurposing human time to tasks that require more complex intelligence. Don't start an AI project without setting clear goals around the value you wish to create through incorporating AI. The next step after the value proposition is ensuring you have the right technical components to support your solution. This is most commonly software, but in cases of robotics and computer vision, hardware can sometimes be a component too. When evaluating software, you should consider requirements across 3 areas. First are your input requirements. We discussed the data in an earlier step, But in this stage, we must now consider how the software you choose will help collect, manage, route, and clean the data needed as an input to the model. Second, you should consider the AI capability. Across the different disciplines of AI, the requirements vary. But common to every discipline are ideas and concerns like the ease of creation, error checking and handling, and the ease of deployment. Third, you should consider the output. In order to actually extract the value from your AI capability, you'll need to consider how it interfaces back into your business operations. If the AI system informs humans, how is that information displayed to them? If it's meant to kick off an automated process, are those workflows defined and the integrations built? All of these factors are important to consider when building out your tech stack. Once you have those requirements, you may need to make a build versus buy consideration. Depending on your use case, it may make sense to buy an out-of-the-box solution, or to build your own, or anything in between. Since AI is such a wide field, decisions like this will inevitably run the gamut between purpose-built solutions and build-your-own solutions. For example, at Splunk, where I work, we do a lot of work in the machine learning branch of AI. And we have a purpose-built product that uses AI to help improve IT service delivery. That would probably fall on the left side of this chart. But we also have a great ML platform called the Splunk Machine Learning Toolkit, which gives you the flexibility to apply ML to your own problems without having to start from scratch. That would probably fall right of center. Maybe ITSI would work for your problem, or maybe it's too specific and you need to build something more general. It all depends on your requirements. Alternatively, if computer vision is the branch of AI you were looking for, you could build your use case from scratch using OpenCV libraries, or use a more pre-built service like Amazon Rekognition. The key here is to get a comprehensive sense of your requirements and see what technology solution makes sense. Step 5 is about people. In order to succeed in your AI incorporation plan, you'll need to have the right nexus of skills. According to our ML advisory team, a group of Splunk experts dedicated to providing free advice for customers with AI projects, the most successful groups are the ones that have an intersection of data skills, AI expertise, and domain expertise. You need people who know about the data, where the data to train your system lives, how to move it, and access it effectively. You also need a talent that understands AI, specifically the different AI techniques, and the input requirements and limitations of each of those techniques. And someone with domain expertise. Not only do you need someone who has an understanding of the problems ML is seeking to solve, you also need someone who understands the workflows and processes that exist around the AI solution to identify what insights will truly help make the business better, rather than adding noise. The depth of expertise in each of these areas can depend upon the technology. With some technologies, especially in the purpose-built category, they have some level of expertise built in, which means you need to provide less expertise to get them to work. The last step, which is really important to us at Splunk, is the ability to consider the ethics of your use case. Technology can achieve some awesome things, but it's important to consider whether the application of your technology is ethical. One important ethical consideration is how to be aware of and be ready to mitigate the bias in your AI systems. One theme that I hope by now you take away from this series is that AI is only as good as your data that you use to train it. But that actually has an effect on the ethics as well. See, if your data has evidence of societal or systemic bias, your AI model will only perpetuate those biases unless a method is used to mitigate them. Data will have an inherent bias by the people who created it through their interactions. It was recently reported that Amazon scrapped an AI recruiting tool for identifying candidate resumes because it discriminated against women. The determined cause was because their model was trained using application data and hiring practices over a historical 10-year period, where primarily men were hired. The system ended up devaluing women's-only colleges and women's clubs because there were limited examples of people with those backgrounds succeeding at Amazon. You can remove these biases by various options, such as removing the bias variable, or by using an algorithm which identifies and subtracts those biases. Additionally, the uses of AI raise potential ethical concerns for society at large. Things like the replacement of workers and ethical usage of the insights drawn about human behavior and tendencies. When considering implementing an AI use case, think beyond the application of technology to the potential repercussions to society, or to you and your organization's reputation. If you or your organization's name were listed on the front page of your favorite news publication, think about how to make that topic positive. So those are the 6 steps of our planning framework for incorporating AI into your organization. Like all complex projects, there will be other considerations once you get started. But to quote Dwight Eisenhower, "Plans are useless, but planning is indispensable." This planning framework should start the conversations and discussions which would aid in your success later on. Thanks for watching this video series. Our goal when we started this series was to make everyone smarter about AI, what it can and can't do, and help you separate the AI unicorns from the horses with a plunger on their head. I hope you can also put to use our planning framework for incorporating AI into your organization in a measured and thoughtful way. If you found this content helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe so that you can see any future video series that I work on. Thanks again for watching, and best of luck on your AI journey.